the reason for the release, isn't it?
Yes, my lady.
Are they the same? Are the minister's reasons the same as that assigned by the military for the release of the third accused person?
My lady, the minister writes that I'm providing you with official records, which will entail more than just the release.
That he says he's providing
official records of Lieutenant Richard and former Japa. And to confirm that Lieutenant Richard and former Japa was released from the Ghana Armed Forces on 1st November 2007 on following grounds.
Good. So does he state the grounds?
Yes, my lady.
So I'm now asking, are the grounds stated by the minister the same as the grounds contained in the military's letter to the third accused person?
As I said, my lady, as I said, the military's letter was specific about release. The minister's letter here is talking about both the release and the official records on Lieutenant Japa.
With the military's records upon which it released the third accused, the difference from that which the minister relied on?
In this case, the exercise of discretion here lies with the minister. It may include other records.
But the release of the third accused person will not be based. The release of the third accused person will it be based on the letter written by the minister or that of the military?
Release instructions are from the military, my lady.
So can you now tell the court, based upon DF3, the specific ground or the specific reason for which the third accused was released from the military in terms of paragraph 1 of SBDF3?
Lieutenant Japa was released from the armed forces with effect from 1st November 2007, and he was released under item 2A of the table to article 1501 of reference A, and his service records annotated as service terminated. That is what Shira 1.
So what specific reason is assigned to, or what the amended question, what specific case is applicable under item 2A?
My lady, inefficiency, and it has 3 things covering it.
Did the military's letter cover all the 3 things?
No, my lady.
Which one did it cover?
Through continued lack of application or interest.
Now, show him exhibit BG and BH as well as BF2.
My lady, as well as
BF2. So if you look at exhibit BG in paragraph 4, and BH generally, as well as paragraph 2, paragraph 2, yes, of exhibit BF2. Those documents tendered in evidence refer to Mr. Japa's relationship financially with the Ghana Armed Forces and third parties. Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now, let's look at the table attached to exhibit BF3. Where a military officer does not pay his debts, which of the reasons for release is applicable to him?
My lady, is misconduct and is having failed to settle his private debts.
Please tell the court whether misconduct appears in exhibit BF3, which is the Army's release letter to third accused.
My lady, no.
Now that you do not know, or you cannot tell the court, who released the confidential records of the third accused person to the minister, were you able to find out from your, were you able to institute an inquiry into it?
My lady, I did not receive any correspondence, but some documents have been released to the court, so I couldn't do that.
Very well. Who petition? I'll leave down your for it.
You don't want to know what your plans are.
Oh, right.
You don't want to know.
Oh, who doesn't want to? He or the court?
You don't want to know.
It
wasn't meant for the court. Maybe you have some other, what is it, a man's plans. I will build the house for you on cloud 9. Please, Dr. Lassie.
Sir, how long have you been the chief of defense staff?
My lady, since 1st February this year.
And as a chief of defense staff, what are your primary responsibilities?
I'm responsible to the President of the Republic and the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces for the administration, operational control, and command of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Sir, I suppose you have a working operational knowledge of the administrative rules of the Ghana Armed Forces. Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
And you are familiar with the rules regarding the disclosure of the personal data of military officers, whether past, retired, or serving?
Yes, my lady.
And as part of these rules, you observe some confidentiality requirements. Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
Can you tell the court?
Please help Dr. Bamba. The microphone keeps running away from me. I'm sorry, you are leaving us.
No, I'm just trying to make it more convenient for the public.
Okay.
And you are aware, sir, that in Ghana we have a data protection act 2012 at 843.
Yes, my lady.
And that data protection act, puts restrictions on the release of personal data without a court order. Are you aware of that?
Yes, my lady.
So when the Minister of Defense, in Exhibit BF1, disclosed and released, that document to the, well, let me backtrack. Now, look at Exhibit BF1. Exhibit BF1 is addressed to the Honorable Minister for Justice and Attorney General.
Yes, my lady.
Please, can you identify him in court? Please, if you don't mind standing up for him to identify.
For what?
Am I?
For what, Bamba?
Well, very well. But it's just a request. It's just a request. It's just a
No, it was nothing.
Well,
You please don't turn this.
but if I may move.
No, Dr. Bamba, I'm waiting for your apology. You know that this is not how
I
it's done.
sincerely,
You know that's not how it's done.
I sincerely
When you do
apologize.
No, don't cut me off. I'm overseeing. When you do these things, it's like all these suits and things that people watch. It's nothing. Yeah.
My lady, I sincerely apologize.
Make the apology, I'm suspicious.
I apologize from the bottom of my heart.
Continue.
Please, can you identify the Honorable Attorney General in this court?
Yes, my lady.
Please, have you cited any court order in respect of the release of Exhibit BF1?
My lady, I think you need to clarify what you mean by court order.
Have you seen any court order served on you or made available to you that indicates that Exhibit BF1 should be released to the office of the Honorable Attorney General?
No, my lady.
Are you aware, aren't you, that the Attorney General has a duty to ensure the due compliance with the laws of Ghana? Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
Including
the Ghana Post.
Lady, I'll get. So the past three questions have been most unfair. Only the mere fact that evidence says that it's aware of the law does not mean that you can impute matters containing an act or that you even think I contain an act to the witness. Indeed, he has not even laid a foundation to show that it is required under the Data Protection Act that the court order be procured before a document be produced to the public officer, especially the Attorney General. So this, with all respect, I don't know where my friend is heading with this question, or line of questions. I think it's most unfair not to list evidence by which.
Where are we going? Now, listen, please, let's get this, and I will make this comment just for the sake of the considerable public interest. That when it comes to evidence, and even if it is illegally procured, now we all know what the rules are. That is one. Number two, Dr. Bamba.
My lady.
I'm talking to you.
My lady.
Is it this exhibit BF and BF3 that was listed in somebody's subpoena? Is that it? No, I don't remember.
No, my lady.
Were they listed in somebody's
my lady.
subpoena? I'm not naming names. I'm just checking whether it was this document that was listed in somebody's subpoena.
No, my lady. It was the indebtedness and the special report.
It wasn't listed in somebody's subpoena.
Yeah. So this was discovered by the Honorable Attorney General.
Oh, good. Yes. Now there are many things, and so let's move forward.
Very well.
Because if you look at the evidence, I keep telling everybody that to make yourself a good lawyer, just take the original act and read it like a book, because it helps. These are matters of public record, official records. We have discussed this in the, I think there was some objection, wasn't there?
Yes.
Were you the one who raised the objection, Dr. Wamba?
Well, regarding the
tendering of that document.
I did not.
It was, you didn't object.
No, I did not.
Are you sure? Somebody did.
I did.
Are you did?
I did.
Okay. So now that it is in evidence, I think we should make progress by commenting on it as copiously as you wish. Or else, if you felt that there was something wrong with it, you had 21 days within which to appeal the admissibility or otherwise. We say do. Don't do that. Sit down. Why did I go to? You keep calling him to leave here. We say you are fond of doing that. Every time
I'm determined to come back. She can't take it.
Yes, ma'am. So let the record show that Mr. Sori has left us. So please, Council, I think you should make progress.
Absolutely, my lady.
And just please feel free to comment on the evidential things, whether it is supposed to have been admitted, what weight to be given to it, and all that in your addresses. I pity you people and the addresses you have to write. Continue.
So when you compare Exhibit B,
so that question I think is absolutely for now irrelevant. It is already in, and let's just move on. Yes.
Sir, when you compare Exhibit BF1 to Exhibit BF3, I suggest to you that the reasons stated by the Honorable Minister of Defense in Exhibit BF1 as the grounds for the release of A3 are not totally accurate.
My lady, isn't the question form or is a statement?
I am suggesting that to you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, my lady. I have already informed you that if you look at Exhibit BF1, paragraph 1,
information regarding a past serving or retired military officer cannot be released to any other person except with your express authorization. Is that correct?
it's not, yes, my lady, it's not wholly true. I have a supervisory ministry, and they are entitled to receiving my classified documents from the Ghana forces.
But the military doesn't have operational control over, the Ministry of Defense doesn't have operational administrative control over the military. Isn't that correct?
The Ministry of Defense comprises of the military division and then the civil division. The military division is commanded by or controlled by or administered by the Chief of the Defense Staff. The civil division is controlled, administered by the Chief Director, and both answer to the supervising minister as the Minister of Defense.
So, sir, do you know whether Exhibit BF1 was in respect of any request from the Office of the Attorney General? to you or to you?
No, my lady.
And you haven't cited any document emanating from the Office of the Attorney General requesting the kind of information that is provided for in BF1, as in BF1, have you?
No, my lady.
Sir, can any member of the public write to the military and ask for the personal records of any military officer?
My lady, it can be done when explicit reasons have been given and sanctioned by the Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces.
Very well. Sir, have you followed these proceedings?
No, my lady, because I was busy among the borders of Ghana and Burkina Faso.
And do you know the reason why the Honorable Attorney General requested the Minister of Defense to provide us with the BF1?
No, my lady.
May I suggest to you that the reason why the Honorable Attorney General did that is because he has been accused of working together with A3 to ensure that A1, the minority leader. Let me finish my question. Let me finish my question.
You finish when
Let me finish.
I have no objection. I have no objection. But first and foremost, it is very important to note that the order of exhibit BF1 has never been subpoenaed by the defense. Secondly, any question bordering on the motive that I, with all respect, had in making a request to a person who has not been subpoenaed cannot be asked of a witness who has already stated that he's not even aware of the correspondence between myself and the minister. Lady, I think that the question and all questions on those lines are most unfair and should not be allowed.
It's quite interesting.
If he can subpoena the minister for defense, he has not done so. This is right. Let him do so.
Counsel, let me ask you.
Melody.
Let me ask you this question because I always like the Sunday school approach. Let me ask you, how somebody who has just said that he has not been following these proceedings because he's on the border of Burkina Faso is supposed to know the motive for the trial of your client? How?
But if he doesn't know, he can say.
But yes. You know, Dr. Baba, I can never teach you because you know far more than I do. Except that they say that the law is now, and you stop remembering. There makes multitude at the back. That's energy. Stop.
No, Malady, I'm not.
I saw it.
No, Malady.
Please, I am saying that this question, you know, ought not to be directed to this witness. And we have gone on beyond that. The rest of it, most definitely, is for comment by you and the court, most definitely. And so please, that question, I won't let you lie. I saw, in fact, even if the Attorney General had not, I'd have told you that you shouldn't lie. And even when you were asking that question, I saw your expression. You were trying hard not to smile. Why do you do that? You were trying very hard.
You know I like to smile.
No, you don't.
That's my nature.
Yes. Don't do it. It's not nice. And the young people will learn, so don't do it. So ask a proper question.
Malady, I will.
You do have any more questions?
Malady,
this is the kind of questions you have. I think you should finish and let others go.
Malady, I have very important questions.
And then I think you should ask real admissible questions.
I will do so, Malady.
Continue.
Sir, please have a look at exhibit BF2. Please, are you familiar with the signature of Brigadier General MKG Ahiagro?
No, my lady.
No. Very well. Well, that'll be all for them.
Right.
Yes.
Now, CDS, please look at Exhibit BF3, the final release letter of Richard Japa for the Ghana Forces. You see that it is copied, obviously.
Yes, my lady.
You see that it is copied to MOD. What is MOD?
My lady, MOD is Ministry of Defense.
Ministry of Defense. And so the Ministry of Defense has records of every staff of the Ghana Forces. Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
The Ministry of Defense stated, Ministry of Defense stated, you stated earlier on. It's the supervisory ministry of the Ghana Armed Forces. Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
And the Minister for Defense is the head of the Ministry of Defense. Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
And indeed, you answer to the Minister for Defense. Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now, please look at Exhibit BF1. You see, it's a letter by the Minister for Defense to the Attorney General, the Minister for Justice. Is that correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now, does the Minister for Defense consult you, the Chief of Defense Staff, in releasing a document to another public officer, including the Attorney General?
My lady, he exercises the right to copy me or not.
And that is what normally prevails. The Minister for Defense does not necessarily consult you in releasing any document at all.
My lady, I won't say it's normal, but he can do that.
Now, would you consider it to be a breach of a rule or procedure if the Minister for Defense releases a document to the Attorney General without reference to it?
My lady, no, because my mandate ends with the Ghana Armed Forces, so I have no control over the Ministry of Defense.
Now, please look again at SBP F3. Now, you see that Mr. Japa's services with the Ghana Forces were terminated. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady, by the document.
And this is a document that was addressed to him, he himself. It was this document that he was copied in. Please look at it.
Yes, my lady.
Now, Exhibit BF3 was written after a process that Mr. Japa had been taken through. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now, again, attached to Exhibit BF3 was an extract from the regulations governing the conduct of staff of the Ghana Armed Forces. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now, if we look at the attachment, it has various notations. On the manner in which a person is released. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now you see that Mr. Japa, the notation by the regulation under which he was released, did not say honorably released. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now, from all the factors and circumstances regarding Mr. Japa's release from the Ghana Armed Forces, would you say that he was honorably released from the Ghana Armed Forces?
My lady, as per the document that is on record, he was not honorably released.
Now, you see again from Exhibit BF3 that he was not placed on the retired list. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
And he is also not permitted to use his rank in civil life. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
And indeed, if he had been honorably released, he would have been entitled to this list. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now, part of the process which culminated in the release of Mr. Japa was a number of interviews that were conducted of him. Is that not correct?
From the records, yes, my lady.
And indeed, there was a special report prepared for Mr. Japa. Is that not correct?
From the records, yes, my lady.
Please look at Exhibit BJ. That's the special report prepared for Mr. Japa. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
It is dated May 2004. Is that not correct?
My lady, it's dated 20th May 2004.
Yes. And this was 3 years before he was released from the Ghana Armed Forces in October 2007. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
Now you see that the first paragraph indicated that his conduct was not only unacceptable, but also smacks of indiscipline. Not only unacceptable, but also smacks of indiscipline. Is that not correct?
From the records, yes, my lady.
And it's also stated that he was lackadaisical and unprofessional. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady, from the records.
Now, Exhibit BJ goes ahead to particularize the reasons for the general allegation that he was indisciplined, lackadaisical, and unprofessional. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
And you see the second paragraph. Stating that he misused a military vehicle in a manner that is not allowed. Is that not correct? They misuse a military vehicle in a manner that is not allowed. Essential.
From the records, yes, my lady.
And that would constitute misconduct in the Ghana Armed Forces. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
Again, you see,
there's going to be a campaign that would
constitute misconduct in the Ghana Armed Forces. Is that not correct?
Yes,
So yes, my lady. Now again, you see from paragraph 4, further indications of his acts of indiscipline and unprofessional behavior. Further indications of his acts of indiscipline and unprofessional behavior. Is that not correct? Paragraph 4.
From the records, yes, my lady.
And that details money he borrowed from a Lebanese businessman in Lebanon, which he refused to pay until he came to Ghana and was deducted from his salary. Which he refused to pay until he came to Ghana and it was deducted from his salary. Is that not correct?
From the records, it states that the items and the monies were not delivered until he was instructed to do so. And so I'm not sure whether it was deducted from his salary or he went ahead and made payment.
Now, such a conduct stated in paragraph 4 will also constitute misconduct in the Ghana Armed Forces. Is that not correct?
By the armed forces,
Are you now appearing from Mr. Japan?
No.
Yes, so
No,
tell me
my lady. Well,
my lady will get finished. What is this?
my lady, as an officer of the court, even I'm not even appearing for Japan. As an officer of the court, I can intervene. My lady, very well. I'll resume my seat.
And in this particular case, the person who is in charge is the one in the box. The question is, you know, it is quite in order. That is why even Mr. Sorry is sitting down. Sit down.
The one in the box and the cross-examiner. Such conduct will also
misconduct.
It may, but you will have to charge the person before the person can be said that he's misconducted himself, my lady.
Now, look at paragraph 6. And please indicate to the board what you find there. Can you read?
Yes, my lady. Paragraph 6 of Exhibit PG. It reads, additionally, there are quite a number of undocumented cases of indiscipline and misconduct on the part of the officer, which both officers and men of the regiment can attest to.
Right. So it is correct that the special report noted various acts of unprofessional conduct and misconduct on the part of Mr. Japa. Is that not correct?
From the records, yes, my lady.
Now, after SBBG was prepared, SBBF2 was also prepared. Are you aware?
By the records, yes, my lady.
Right. Now, if you look at SBBF2, the first paragraph, it talks about consistent failure on the part of Mr. Japa of his promotional examinations. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady.
And all these reports, that's SBBG and BF2, were what culminated in the release of Mr. Japa, which was communicated by SBBF3. All these reports, SBBG and SBBF2, were what culminated in the release of Mr. Japa as communicated by SVPF3. Is that not correct?
From the records, yes, my lady.
Now, please look at the letter written by the Honorable Minister for Defense, addressed to the Attorney General. That is BF1. BF1. SVPF1. Letter written by the Minister for Defense.
Yes, my lady.
Yes. The first ground capture there, failure to pay and to pass, is promise. That's a promotion examinations. It's exactly what has been stated in SVPF2. Is that not correct?
Yes, my lady. It's part of the official records.
Thank you very much. Now, again, exhibit BF1 indicates that Mr. Japan had been absent without official leave, and was summarily tried by ASA and awarded severe reprimand and forfeiture of 14 days pay. Is that not correct?
From the records, yes.
What is ASA? What is ASA?
The appropriate superior authority.
Thank you very much. Now, please go to SBPF2 again. In the Ministry of Justice, it's Assistant Attorney. In the Ministry of Defense, Assistant Appropriate Superior Authority. That's right. Superior Authority. Now, please look at paragraph 3 of SBPF2.
Yes, my lady.
Please read it for us what to find it.
Paragraph 3 of Exhibit PF2. I read, throughout his service life, Lieutenant Harold Japa, GH 2899, has proved consistently that he belongs to a world incompatible with the decent and gentlemanly composure that the Presidential Commission confers on officers of the Ghana Armed Forces. He is a bad example by all standards, and his continuing retention in the service is likely to cause more harm to the service and to himself. Indeed, in May 2004, a special report submitted on him by his commanding officer suggested that the officer had reached his ceiling. 3 years on, his new commanding officer describes his conduct as shameful and regrettable.
Right. And this was a month before SVPF3 was written. Is that correct? That's the release letter. This was 1 month.
From the records, yes, my lady.
Now, is it correct to say that from paragraph 3 of SVPF2, the Ghana Armed Forces did not require the continued service of Mr. Jaffa?
My lady states, is it from the paragraph 3
Yes.
or from the whole letter?
I mean, the continued service of Mr. Jaffa.
Yes, my lady, from the records it states that.
You didn't require it. Right.
From the records, yeah.
Now, please look at the final paragraph in SBPF2. You see that it was recommended by the Brigadier General that Mr. Japa be released for unsatisfactory conduct.
Yes, my lady.
Now, Did you know Mr. Japa personally, the Ghana Forces?
Yes, my lady.
He worked under you.
Yes, my lady. He worked under me briefly for about 3 months.
And you don't for the witness.
Do you have any explanation?
No, my lady.
Sir, we are very grateful to you for your assistance.
Thank you, my lady.
Let's deal with our schedule for tomorrow.
And we
have got information because last test, 2 witnesses.
They came, but we were not here.
Yes, so I understand that they've been told to come tomorrow. So
Yeah, that's fine.
they didn't even.
Can you repeat it for the record so that the other side will know? I think the Thursday that we didn't show up.
I actually don't
Why
know.
did we come on Thursday? Ah, yes, that was when people said they were going to. Sorry. I'm from Boston, why we didn't come. And how come the witnesses were not notified? That wasn't nice. You should have notified them. That wasn't nice. When they come, you have to remember to apologize to them on our behalf.
That's a yeah, the court said it did, but I don't know. I'm not sure the court was very pleased.
The class were here when they
Yes, so they informed me. So I actually don't know which 2 witnesses specifically were the ones which came.
I need to the one who texted.
Very well.
She's not the one who texted.
She has been put out by the court as a person who should be dealing with. So we deal with her.
That's message. Well, so do you have any idea who is coming? Controller and somebody else. Where else? How many speakers have you issued? They will be able to tell.
Yeah. There are 10 of them. Those ones that were immediately used.
Who is coming?
Indeed, from what we have, the case completion plan signed by all the parties. They were supposed to bring Dr. Sebefia for the last time. Yes, so if
But apparently, you see, there was a problem with the subpoenas they issued. The dates on the subpoenas, I don't know what dates they were, and whether the dates were in a particular order. Because I keep getting information from the staff of people who show up to come and testify, only to find out we are not here or they are not scheduled, that kind of thing. Now, this is the plan. Tomorrow, whoever comes, even if we have 3 people, we'll hear them. Because we can't also have people wasting resources to come all the way to your Accra with all the traffic and go back. So tomorrow, whoever comes in, if there are 2, if there are 3, if there are 10, we'll hear them. Agreed. I'm talking to you people.
that's fine. Yes, my lady. For me, that's
I'll
fine.
bring you guys for don't worry. But whatever it is, we'll say we'll hear them. Because if they do show up, unless you make some other arrangement, but if they do show up, that will be about the 2nd or 3rd time people are coming here not being heard. You don't want any issues about the point being efficient, we are wasting people's time. It's not nice.
Well, it's not anybody's fault. We also
Well, it's true.
suffer it. So.
Who is suffering?
We all suffer it. We all drive into the thick of our car.
But we work here, but people who work in other places should not.
I come here to work. I don't work here.
Exactly, but I'm saying we work in the court.
Yeah.
But people who are not part of our system should not be imposed upon that way. It's not nice.
Yeah.
Unless you have a way of communicating with them such that you only have the 2 people tomorrow. But if you don't plan your life and other people come in, I will hear all of them. 3, 4, 5, whatever. I hear all of them.
But indeed, if I heard my left friend, he said at the last agenda, 2 persons came to court.
That's what he said. But he said he cannot tell which 2. But that the people were told by Anita to come on Tuesday. Because at that time, this arrangement, at that
I think
time.
that's quite strange. That he can't tell us who came. His own witnesses.
You should hear me fully. I said the court told me.
Well, you see, what happened was, you remember that we have always been hearing this case on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Then last week, Mrs. Gilson is my witness.
No.
She came with
Yes, that's fine.
on another matter, and we phoned Dr. Baba because it had come to light that one of Mr. Sori's clients in the other case I'm doing has unfortunately fallen ill, and so for the rest of the term, we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That is how come we arranged that if that gentleman was not well by Friday, we would take up all the days for beige. And that is how come we are here today, tomorrow, and Wednesday. You understand? So there was nothing anybody, but then Mr. Sori only subpoenaed those people. I'm sure you will attest to the fact that today when Mr. Sori came in, he said he also did not know the chief of defense staff. We all didn't know him. So he was looking for him like we're all looking for him. So it's okay, and I'm sure it's the same for all the others.
No, but Malady, the subpoena witnesses that are left. Dr. Alessivia. It's not a subpoena. It's not even a subpoena witness. It's not even a subpoena witness.
He is.
Yes. Yes.
So maybe you don't have it. I'm sure the Attorney General has confirmed that he's a subpoena witness.
He's a
What I say,
subpoena
is there
witness.
a subpoena witness or not? Just confirm to the court.
Please, I think let's go to let's find
He is a subpoena witness. I said the Attorney General has just confirmed that.
which Attorney General?
Confirm to the court.
Look at it. The court has.
Sorry, there is somebody at the Director General. Please, there's subpoenas that I have, and so please prepare for it. They're supposed to be the Director General of the Ghana Port and Harbours Authority. That person has been subpoenaed. There is also the Director General, again, Michael, look, but it's the same person. Then there is Mr. Ziplim Ayorongo. Please, have I got it correct?
Ayorongo, yes.
Yeah, Mr. Ziplim, Brigadier General Ziplim Ayorongo from the Commissioner of Customs, who has been subpoenaed. Is that all I have? Yes. Let me check. Please, if there are subpoenas they don't have, in order for them to be prepared, make copies of the subpoenas for them. Or if you get someone's number, just scan it. Use your phone, scan it and send it to them so that they'll come prepared. But if the timing is not well organized, and we have more than those two people coming in on Tuesday, that is tomorrow, whichever number of witnesses will come in will be heard. I will not waste people's time. It's not right. Otherwise, organize yourselves. So we are journeying to tomorrow and Wednesday to be able to catch up on all this. Tomorrow is 30/7/2024. Are we still coming in at 12? Yes, at 12. And 31/7/2024 at 12. Does anyone have any questions? No questions. Thank you very much. I'll see you all tomorrow.